Hi, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Kathy Luker, a CPA and owner of Blue Harbor Consulting. If you own an HVAC, construction, or other project-based business, this series, Building the Elite Contractor, Financial Mastery for Scalable Growth, was designed specifically for you. Today's topic is one that changes the way owners make decisions. Your numbers, your command center. Building dashboards that drive profitable decisions. Because here's the truth, a lot of owners are either overwhelmed by data or completely in the dark. The right dashboard bridges that gap and gives you clarity, confidence, and control. So if you've ever wished you could see your business performance at a glance and know exactly what needs attention, today's session will show you how. So let's start with why dashboards are so important. Think of your business like an airplane. The pilot doesn't fly by looking out the window and guessing the altitude. They rely on instruments that tell them exactly what's happening: fuel, altitude, speed, and weather. Your business dashboard works the same way. It gives you a real-time view of what's going right, what's going wrong, and what decisions need to be made before problems hit your cash flow or margins. A good dashboard becomes your command center, one screen that tells you whether your business is healthy, profitable, and on track. Most owners fall into one of two extremes. The first is data overload. They've got reports everywhere: QuickBooks, CRMs, spreadsheets, time tracking systems, but no single view that pulls it all together. And the second is data desert. They rely on gut feel and the bank balance because their reports are confusing or incomplete. Both lead to the same outcome: decisions made on emotion, not information. The goal of a dashboard isn't more data, it's clarity. One place that distills everything down to what truly drives profit. So let me share a story. I worked with an HVAC owner who thought everything was fine. Jobs were steady, revenue looked strong, and QuickBooks showed profit every month. But cash was constantly tight. When we built his first dashboard, the truth became obvious. Overtime costs had crept up on smaller service calls that weren't priced correctly. These jobs looked minor, but together they were wiping out thousands each month. By tracking labor utilization and job margins visually, he could finally see the pattern. We adjusted his pricing and scheduling, and within 3 months, he added over $40,000 back to his bottom line. That's the power of visibility. You can't fix what you can't see. So before you build a dashboard, your data must be correct. You've all heard the saying, garbage in, garbage out. So that means that your books need to be reconciled monthly. Job cost allocated correctly, whether it's labor, materials, subs, or overhead. Accounts receivable and payable need to be current and accurate. Your dashboard is only as strong as the data behind it. Once your foundation is solid, the dashboard becomes a powerful tool instead of just a pretty graphic. So here's how to build your own command center dashboard. Step 1 is identify your key decisions. Ask yourself, what do I need to know to make confident decisions? That's your starting point. Step 2 is choose 5 to 7 core metrics. They should connect directly to your goals, not vanity metrics. Step 3 is pull data from reliable sources: QuickBooks for financials, your job management system for operations, payroll for labor data. Step 4 is visualize it clearly. Use color-coded graphs or charts. Tools like Excel, Reach Reporting, or Sift can link directly to QuickBooks. Step 5 is review it consistently. Your dashboard is worthless if it sits untouched. Set a standing meeting, maybe every Monday morning, to review trends, talk about what's working, and fix what isn't working. When used this way, your dashboard shifts from a report to a decision-making system. Now that we've talked about what belongs on your dashboard, let's look at how often to measure and what type of KPI belongs at each level. So your daily KPIs are activity drivers. These are the pulse checks that show whether operations are running smoothly day to day. They measure activity, things your team directly controls in real time. Think calls made, jobs completed, or invoices issued. You track them daily because small shifts compound quickly. Daily KPIs help you keep momentum and catch fires early before they spread. So weekly KPIs are your performance indicators. They measure efficiency and effectiveness. They tell you whether the team's activity is translating into results. This is where you spot bottlenecks. Are crews productive? Are estimates converting? Is cash coming in on schedule? Weekly KPIs drive tactical decisions, such as scheduling changes, pricing tweaks, or expense adjustments. They connect action to outcome within the same work cycle. Monthly KPIs are your financial outcomes. They measure the impact of your efforts. They're lagging indicators such as net margin, cash reserves, overhead ratio, customer profitability. These are the numbers you analyze for trends, strategy, and long-term health. You don't react daily to these. You use them to shape policy, budgets, and goals. So here's the key takeaway. Daily metrics show activity, weekly metrics show performance, and monthly metrics show results. When you structure your dashboard this way, you can connect the dots between what your team does today and the financial results you see next month. So let's start with your daily KPIs. These are your company's pulse check. They show whether operations are moving smoothly and jobs are progressing as planned. Examples include service calls completed versus scheduled. Are crews hitting their daily targets? Open versus closed jobs ratio helps you manage backlog. Dispatch response time shows how efficiently the team moves between jobs. Same-day invoice rate ensures work is billed as soon as it's done, or at least the same day. Daily cash deposits confirms that payments are flowing into the bank. Daily KPIs help you catch problems before they grow, whether it's a scheduling bottleneck, missed billing, or slowdown in collections. These aren't financials yet. They're activity-driven metrics that tells you if the engine is running. So weekly KPIs connect your team's activity to performance. They show whether your daily efforts are producing the right financial results. Examples include job profitability by project or service type. This highlights where you're winning or losing margin. Labor utilization rate measures how much time paid is billable. Cash in versus cash out gives you a quick view of your weekly liquidity trend. AR aging status helps you spot slow paying customers early. Estimate conversion rate tells you how effectively sales are closing. Your weekly KPIs are tactical. They guide decisions like adjusting schedules, prioritizing collections, or approving overtime. By reviewing these every Monday, you move from reacting to leading, using data to plan your week with intention. And finally, your monthly KPIs measure the long-term results of your strategy. They're the financial scorecard for how well all those daily and weekly actions paid off. Examples include net profit margin by division or service line, reveals which areas drive real profit. Overhead ratio trend tracks fixed cost creep month over month. AR days and AP days outstanding shows whether cash flow timing is healthy. Cash reserve level measures how many weeks of payroll and overhead you can cover. Revenue per technician or crew evaluates productivity across your field team. Customer retention rate signals long-term stability and service quality. Monthly KPIs tell the financial story, not just of what happened, but of how sustainable your business really is. They give you the insight to adjust pricing, staffing, and strategy for the next quarter. A dashboard shouldn't be for the owner's eyes only. When your foreman, project manager, or office admin can see the same data, you create alignment. Your project managers can watch margin targets. Your dispatch team can track service call efficiency. And your bookkeeper drives and monitors the collection process. Transparency builds accountability. If everyone knows the score, they'll play to win. Your job as the owner isn't to manage every number. It's to empower your team to manage their piece of the dashboard. So let's talk about the biggest mistakes I see with dashboards. Number one is too many metrics. If you have to scroll, it's not a dashboard, it's a data dump. Focus on what drives your profit. Number two is no owner assigned. Every metric should have a person responsible for improving it. Number three, ignoring lagging indicators. Revenue or profit is a result. You need leading indicators like quote volume, close rate, and labor efficiency. Number four is not linking data. Pulling manual reports every week wastes time and increase errors. Automate where you can. And number five is reviewing too infrequently. A dashboard reviewed once a quarter isn't a dashboard, it's an autopsy. The goal isn't perfection, it's visibility, consistency, and action. A dashboard isn't about looking at charts, it's about taking action. If job margins are slipping, dig into materials, labor, or pricing. If cash dips every 60 days, plan ahead for those cycles. If labor utilization drops, check your scheduling or sales mix. The dashboard tells you where to look. You decide what to do. That's what separates owners who react from owners who lead. Visibility creates accountability, and accountability creates profit. So let's do a quick self-check. Do you have a single dashboard that shows both cash and job profitability? Are your numbers updated at least weekly? Do you review them before making hiring or spending decisions? Can your team see the same information and act on it? Do your metrics actually drive profit, or are they just interesting? If you hesitated on any of these, that's your next opportunity for improvement. The right dashboard gives you control over your outcomes, not just visibility into the past. So here's your takeaway for today. Dashboards aren't about data, they're about decisions. The best dashboards are simple, visual, and tied directly to profit drivers. When you can see your numbers clearly, you can control your results. At Blue Harbor Consulting, we help owners build dashboards that turn financial chaos into clarity. If you'd like help creating one for your company, book a free 45-minute consultation. The link is in the comments or on our website. So next week, we'll continue our Building the Elite Contractor series with a topic that builds on today's session: financial discipline for seven-figure businesses. Controls that protect your profits. You won't want to miss it. So thanks for joining me today. And remember, clarity creates control, and control creates confidence. I'll see you next week, same time, same place.